So in this lecture we will discuss Indian scenario for therapeutic drug monitoring. TDM was introduced in India in the mid and late 1980s. The last 10 years have seen it grow together with the growth of separate clinical pharmacology departments. The TDM service in the country is broadly of two types. First one, in large teaching hospitals. In the large teaching hospital where the service is available through Department of Clinical Pharmacology. And second one, in the private sector where the drug estimations are done by clinical biochemistry departments with minimal interpretation. Yet we will discuss the second one, history. Our TDM service began in a small way in 1988 with single HPLC and one research assistant in a small laboratory keep in a corner of 1800 bed teaching public hospital. In the 1992 we reported our experience in the management of epilepsy in a developing country. Over the last 10 years, the laboratory has grown a fully fledged department of clinical pharmacology with total staff of 33 HPLCs, one automated immunoassay laboratory. And next, our TDM service started with the monitoring of 3 anticonvulsants. For example, first one phenytoin, phenobarbital, carbamazepine. As an adjuvant to the epilepsy clinic run by the neurology department. Today, the TDM outpatient clinic is run twice in a week and has an annual attendance of 1500 new cases, 3000 old cases. The TDM laboratory has 3 technicians, 1 pharmacist and 1 medical officer or medical superintendent who are involved in initial history taking, sample collection and analysis by HPLC. In developing countries, TDM services are broadly of 2 types. First one is like our in large teaching hospitals where the service is available through Department of Clinical Pharmacology. The HPLC technique which is used by teaching hospitals. Second one, other is in private sector where the drug estimations are performed by the clinical biochemistry departments. We will discuss what are the special issues in developing countries. In that class A, there are alternative systems of medicine. In that, the India is unique in having at least 3 systems of medicine that are coexisting with one Western medicine, mean of that allopathy, and second one is Ayurveda, homeopathy, and third one Unani. Some of allopathic prescription after co-prescribed medicine from the alternative system, particularly for the chronic disorders. The TDM clinician identified an interaction with Shankapushpi and Ayurveda preparation purported to be an anti-epileptic and memory enhancing. Next, B is tropical diseases and nutritional deficiencies. Okay, so ill health is a serious problem in most developing countries. It includes infections, diarrhea, worm infestation, tuberculosis, nutritional deficiencies, plus a higher proportion of patients with diabetes and AIDS. While treating in these conditions, many of the nutritional deficiencies are often subclinical and escape detection, and they have been shown to affect drug pharmacokinetics. Next, factor C is ethnic differences and extrapolation of the normal range. It has reported that effective anticonvulsant dosage may be lower in Indians than Europeans, while others have indicated that ethnic differences may have a significant influence on the plasma clearance of phenytoin. D is quality of medicines and generic formulations also plays the vital role.